The Mahogany Project presents I Just Want to Tell Stories, hosted by Jeaux Anderson Jr., powered by the South Kongress Podcast Network.
In that order too, because they did 3 first, and then they went back and they was like, you know what we should do? 1.
This is gonna be a good one. All right, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural episode of I Just Want to Tell Stories. I have an amazing guest with us today for the first episode where we talk about creatives. We talk to creatives about their process, them growing up, just how they create their art, all of that. And I'm super excited to have Jayna in the building.
I am so excited.
My leading lady of my show in February with me.
A young Oprah.
So I know you from college.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not remember how we met. Do you remember?
I don't remember either. I used to run around behind your best friend because I was her number one fan.
My best friend in the entire world is Ashley Nicole Hickson.
Yes.
Everyone knows that. She is the standard.
And I remember signing up to go on this retreat that she was going to be leading. Uh-huh. And then me and my roommate at the time be like, girl, we gotta, Ashley gonna be there, right?
Yeah,
she famous. So, we packed our bags and went out to LaGrange or wherever it was. And, just kind of traipsed around behind her for a weekend. And then when she came back, it was like, oh, these are her friends? Hello? Yeah. So it's probably happened around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ashley's gonna hear this, and I can't wait to hear her reaction to this. She is not one for the scene, and if you let her tell it, I am the more popular one, and people, would have that reaction from me. Toot toot beep beep. But I think honestly, she is the more popular one, and she is actually the nicer one of the two of us.
I think y'all are equally dope. Yeah. And one's dopeness leads to the other.
Yeah.
It's just
we are the perfect match for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
like the Wonder Twins, but like black and fabulous.
You know, we would be the house of shade.
Yes,
because we throw a lot of shade in our.
We need like a symbol, like a Game of Thrones type.
Oh my gosh!
Thing.
I'm so done with you, and she's gonna be so excited for the Game of Thrones reference. So enough about Hickson, because she is not a guest on my podcast.
Okay, not yet anyway.
Oh. You hear that, Hickson? Okay. So that's how we met. I do remember, I just saw a picture, because it was Ashley Robinson's birthday, a mutual friend of ours, your best friend, of the 3 of us and Jasmine after one of my shows. Yeah. I don't remember which one. I think, was it Volume 3?
I think it was. I'm trying to remember where it was, because wasn't it by...
It was at DAC.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just got on stage. I was a little bit slimmer then too. It was Volume 3, and I know that because I was in a relationship at the time, and I know who I was in a relationship with. It was Volume 3. Maybe it was 4.
I think it was 3.
Okay, it was 3. Yeah. Let's go with that. So, Jayna, let's go back. Humble beginnings. Where are you from? Where you were raised?
I am from
What's up?
Port Arthur, Texas.
Okay.
The home of UGK and Janis Joplin.
Okay.
That's
and
what we're known for. And me. We do oil really well, and sometimes we throw hot meats on the grill. Okay. But that's where I'm from. It's like Gulf Coast, right? Like take a couple of steps, you didn't fall right into the Gulf of Mexico. Okay.
Are you an only child?
I started that way, and I was for a very long time. I was an only child until I was 20. And I legit thought when my dad called and told me that his wife, my stepmother, was pregnant, I was like, boy, stop. But as it turns out, you play too much. It's not even April Fool's Day. But I have an adorable brother who's turning 9 in like 6 days, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So, so I was an only child, but I have a very, very young brother.
How is the relationship with you and your brother?
It's fantastic. It's kind of strange because my relationship with my father is a little bit tumultuous. We are very much the same in all the wrong ways. So I have my beliefs that I am very strong about, and so does he. And we let that get between us a lot. Yeah. But my brother is like my half brother, my dad's son, and he also has autism.
Oh, okay.
So our relationship kind of revolves around what he needs, because he doesn't relate to people the same way that, people that don't have autism relate to people. But I enjoy my time with him probably more than like your average person because we communicate, because he doesn't communicate in nuance ever at all. And I love that about him. It's very straight. It's very straightforward. It's what's funny.
Yeah.
What's sad.
Yeah.
Is Mama okay? Just general.
Yeah. There's no extra.
There's just nothing extra. And he's very straightforward, and I love that about him. So it's a really great relationship, and he's like a little adult. Everything that he concerns himself with is just like it's a 30-year-old man in my kitchen.
So you grew up in Port Arthur, home of UGK and Janis Joplin.
She got a museum, they didn't.
Oh, shade. When was the first time you realized that you were a creative?
Ooh, probably, this is a lot. Probably the Christmas play at daycare.
How old were you?
I think I was 4.
And what was the play?
Well, it was supposed to be sort of like a nativity thing, but then afterwards everybody sings. Okay. And I don't know if that was the general idea or whether they was just like, you know what, I can't do nothing with y'all, so here's what we're gonna do. And I had this fabulous red dress that had like a rosebud right on the lapel area, and it just kind of floofed out, and I had them fluffy socks with
floof.
Yes, and I was just like, I am here, and I'm the queen of Christmas. Yes.
And the spotlight is
so. I didn't get to be Mary. That's fine. I didn't get to be one of the sheeps. That's
Fuck
fine.
Mary. Where's Mary?
Right.
Fuck the bitch that played Mary.
She was one of my best friends at the time.
Yes. Oh, we love Mary.
She's okay.
Okay.
I hope she's fine.
I'm sorry, the person that played Mary.
Hey, Adi. I hope things are good.
Edit that part out.
But at the end, everybody got to do like a sing song, and I went up there and I got to be in the middle because again, dress, and I just loved it. Yeah. I just love singing to people. All of the little, all of the parents that they were just so enthralled by us, and we were off pitch and key was terrible. People were falling off the steps. It was a garbage show, but everybody's 4, so it's
Sounds
adorable.
Like an adult karaoke section.
I mean, pretty much. People are crying and hitting each other, but it was fun. And I got off and I was like, I want to go back up there. Yeah. And my mom was like, baby, it's over.
It's over. It's done.
And people have left the church. Yeah. It's over.
It's a wrap.
Right.
So would you like sing around the house?
Oh, yeah. And I used to tell my mom that I wanted to be able to sing, like it was a skill that I could pick up by just asking her to fix it. Yeah. And she'd be like, baby, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Yeah. I think you should practice as much as you want to. And she was always playing music in the house, so it was easy for me to practice because I would like wake up on Saturday mornings and she'd be in the living room vacuuming, screaming Prince. So
that was who were 3 people that were in constant rotation?
Oh God, Prince, Whitney,
Michael. That's the 3.
That's the top 3, but she loved Earth, Wind, and Fire. Loved the Temptations.
Wait, no.
September? Mm-hmm. Yes. So there was always something playing. Especially she had this like, I miss this stereo. Hurricanes. But yeah, she was always playing music, so I was like, I want to try to learn to sing. She was like, well, go ahead, girl. And so I used to try stuff over and over and over and over until I got it. And then when I was like, okay, I got that run, moving on, and I would try to sing something else. So
you learned from like matching, like listening and matching.
I would try to copy people until I could do what they could do.
Who was the hardest person that you like tried to learn and listen to?
I mean, there's people I've given up on. Yeah. Like I've given up on Mariah. Right. I've given all the way up. Her range is incredible. She has like a 9-octave range. So I have maybe 4. So I can do some of her low stuff. It is impossible for me to go that high and also be that loud. But the things that I got really quickly were like your Aaliyahs, your Monicas, that kind of stuff, and then you can build on it. And then once I realized that my voice was naturally deeper, as like I'm a second alto, so it's naturally deeper than a lot of women, I knew I could go that direction. So Toni Braxton, Gladys Knight, and you learn to kind of master that part so you can kind of push yourself forward and see what you can do. Which makes me really excited that like now I can do some stuff I never thought I would be able to do when I was little. I used to sing, Destiny Child's first album.
Yeah.
Second Nature.
Yeah. Second Nature.
Second Nature. First time I tried to sing Second Nature, I was like, who is that? Is she okay? But it's, it's good now. It works. So it's kind of how it happened.
Good. Okay. So growing up, you were singing with your mama. Mm-hmm. All the old school artists, all of that, vacuuming, cleaning up the house.
Yes.
Finding your voice.
Because it had to be clean.
When was the moment that you realized, okay, I can sing? I know you did it at 4 years old, but it was like people falling off the stage, you
right. It was just like
off key,
just
with your red dress, just doing it.
Just doing things.
When was it like, okay, I can sing. This is my talent.
Treasure. I was in high school and I joined choir because the high school that I went to, it was a creative, it was a magnet for fine arts. So really big on choir, really big on dance, really big on music, people, lugging large basses through the hallways and things like that.
Every day.
Everybody is creative or they play football.
Yeah. There is no in-between.
There is nothing else. I guess, I don't know what you come here for.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things.
But you came to learn?
Yeah. English. Get out of here. So I joined choir, and it was like this really high achieving choir that had done all of these things and gone to sang at all kinds of places in Central and Southeast Texas, and they had gone to the Apollo in New York, and I was just like, I just want to join, I want to be a part of this. And you join and they're like, okay, we'll stand over there, because they test you and they're like, okay, you're a second alto, go stand with those. And I asked if I could do a solo, and he was like, okay. And I tried, and he was like, oh, you can sing. So then a choir director told me I could sing, so I was like, oh, okay, I can sing.
I got this.
Yeah.
What's your process before you start singing?
It really depends. I will drive myself crazy if I keep rehearsing, because I always hear something wrong. So I try to get to know, if I'm doing a song, I try to get to know the song very well. I try to get that emotion. I try to see how far I can push myself. I stand in the kitchen and see how loud I can get without screaming. I tried runs. I tried seeing if I could just take it down a key and if that'll fix it. Just a lot of technical stuff, remembering that if I keep rehearsing, especially right before I'm going to sing it, all I'm going to be thinking about is the last mistake I made when I did this 3 hours ago. So at some point I have to stop and let go and let God. But if it's something that I am coming up with or writing, I like to people watch, and it's the same with I also write. So I people watch and write and sing what I see. Yeah.
So you write.
I do write.
Tell the people what you wrote.
I wrote a novel. Oh my God. I did it.
What was the name of the novel?
The novel is called Mostly Love.
Okay.
And it is a surprise, a love story. It's like a contemporary romance novel. I love contemporary romance, but
Same.
I don't get to read enough Black contemporary romance. It's either all your Eric Jerome Dickey, where it's it's a romance, but also sex and guns and stuff
Eric Jerome Dickey just throws in some random shit.
Right, it's just wait.
Bitch, how y'all giving Mexico running from the cops,
right,
bitch?
Why is a clown here in a mask shooting people? I thought they was in love.
What?
When did he get here?
How did this happen?
That's nasty.
Yeah,
so it's
it's a love story, but they gotta go through a whole bunch of shit to get to love, and then sometimes they don't even end up together.
And it doesn't. You don't even get any happiness out of it. It was just a Tarantino situation.
Right. Come on now.
I don't need all that. I'm trying to relax,
bitch.
So,
you got me stressed, and I'm reading a book.
And I'm reading. Girl. I'm sweating in here.
And it's not even hot. I'm in cold sweats and shit.
So it was either that or I love Nora Roberts. But Nora Roberts is a white woman, and she's an old white woman, and she's Irish. So that's all she knows, and that's all she writes. Yeah. And I want
stay in your lane, bitch.
Right, and good for you, sis. Please don't try to write us. But that's all. That's all I see. So I wanted to read something that reminds me of Nora, reminds me of Kristen Higgins. That's Black. Yeah. And in order to read something like that, I had to write it.
Yeah.
So,
how long did it take you to write the novel?
This book?
From start to finish.
Okay.
From start to finish.
Because I started it and I was like, this is trash. I am trash. I'm never writing again. And I stopped for like 6 months. But like start to finish, it took maybe a year and 2 months.
Okay.
But that's with that gap in between.
Yeah. And so you released it this past fall, right?
Yeah, it's October.
Okay. And and people can purchase it where? Just, folks know. Amazon,
Google, not Barnes & Noble in the store, like Barnes & Noble online, Kobo, just any place you buy like digital books.
Okay. So you wrote this novel about Black folks. Specifically, the two characters are Black women.
Yeah.
I read the book.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to think like I ain't read that book.
Yeah.
I read the book.
Thank you for purchasing and reading, by the way.
And I think I sent a message saying I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah.
I really did enjoy it. I love romance books. I am a romantic at heart, so give me anything with a sappy love story, I am there. Your characters were so divinely different and distinct in their voices. Where do you think that came from? How were you able to write two different people who weren't, because sometimes as a writer, you have one character that's talking to you and it kind of merges into this other character.
Right.
Which you don't want. You want them to have their own voice and be distinct. So how did you keep that separate?
My characters, all of my like main character inspiration are drawn from people.
Yeah.
So some of my really good friends inspire that. And then I like to people watch. I like to people watch them specifically and how they react to things and respond to situations, and the things that they say, I can come up with what they would say in a situation. So I can kind of segment characters so that they're true to the person that reminds me of them, essentially. And it gets easier to do because once you know this character's personality, you know what they would and wouldn't say. It's a matter of developing them enough to know that you know that character, so that they don't end up blending with each other, because you're just writing, I'm just creating fake people. Like you're creating a whole existence, and that whole existence has nuance and a personality and likes and dislikes, like real people.
So what do you do when you have writer's block?
I pick up and move somewhere else and just
you change environments.
Yes, and go write somewhere else. My favorite place to write is the Crew Wine Bar on 2nd Street in Austin.
And the wine is very present in the novel.
Yeah.
And in your life, because I know you personally.
Yes. So I'll go there and I'll be like, hey. She's like, okay, sit down.
You gave them a shout out too.
I did. Yeah. Because I'm always there, and they have this giant champagne bottle that they move to the side for me because there's a little outlet behind it. So I'm just gonna sit here, just refill a bitch when I'm low.
Do you listen to music as you write, or is it just what? Because I talked about this with someone else who's going to appear later on in the season. About we have to have noise.
Yeah, I have to have noise.
Yeah. A background noise.
Yeah, it depends on whether it's like if I'm still writing a character and I need to figure out a way that like how is she doing something? How is she sitting? Is she slouching? Then I'll turn around and look at people or listen to people. So I can't listen to music for that because I need to watch and listen to people. But if I'm like in it and I'm flowing and I know what I'm saying, then I do like to have some background music. Mostly there's this Spotify playlist called Peaceful Piano where it builds and washes and kind of builds and it just kind of gives me that energy. So I listen to a lot of that.
So picture it. You are, I forgot what I was about to say, but let's go with it.
Picture it anyway.
Picture it anyway. I had it. I lost it. Okay.
Dang it.
Let's just go to another question.
Okay.
That's what you can do when you have your own podcast.
You sure can.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. How about that?
This is my show.
How about that? Okay. So you not only sing, you not only write. There's another creative endeavor that you have.
We do. Endeavor. Together. And y'all did some amazing stuff recently too. Thanks.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
And you have some amazing stuff coming up, but I won't say that.
Yeah.
Y'all were at the Austin Television Critics Festival. Austin Television ATX
TV Fest.
TV Fest. Okay. and you talk to some amazing folks.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, actually, girl, let's say what you're doing first.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I got a podcast.
We have a podcast.
Yeah. The Pretty Witty Podcast. Yeah. We was going into the
Right. Here's what we did last week.
This is what we did.
So yes.
The Pretty Witty Podcast. And y'all were at the ATX TV Fest.
Yes.
Who'd you talk to?
Well, we talked to the cast and crew of Grownish, which was very, very fun. I didn't actually get to speak to Yara, but she was over yonder, and I did see enough of her styling products to go ahead and go shopping later.
Oh, wow. You saw it?
Yeah. They had like a little table, where they fix her up before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, lots of shea
What
butter.
does she look like in person? How was it?
She's so small.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. I mean, I guess on TV you never really can tell how short or tall or, thick or thin somebody is, but she's so small. She reminded me of kind of like a fairy, She's just built really elegantly and tiny. And biggest thing about her is her hair.
Shout out to Grownish.
Yeah, shout out to Grownish. I love that show. So I got to sit down with the creator of Grownish and a couple of people that play on the show and talk to them. Just kind of, we started trying to talk about Grownish, but we ended up talking about like Harry Potter and I don't know. It went left. But it was really fun. Like
it went left in the right way.
It did. It was really fun. And we did get some like Grownish questions in there because I was very shocked and surprised by season 2. No spoilers for people who haven't seen it, but I just couldn't believe the relationship that developed. So I was just curious. I was like, did y'all see that coming? And they were like, no. So that was fun. So we talked to people from Grownish. I talked to the cast of Fear the Walking Dead.
Shout out to them.
I
can't say why, but shout out to them.
Yeah, they are excellent.
Yeah, amazing show. You should watch it.
So good. And
I've only seen one episode though.
Yeah, me too. So I was like, let me develop these questions with some assistance. But they're like so insightful, and they give diversity its just due in television. So that was like, it was so dope to talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
And, well, I can say this. The Mahogany Project and the Pretty Witty Podcast will be working together soon.
There's a thing coming
next February. You should.
It's going to be excellent.
Be on the lookout for that. It'll be dope. Hella dope. So, who do you look up to as an artist? Who are your people that you mentioned Nora Roberts. We mentioned some of the people that sing. Who are some other people that you look up to and draw inspiration from?
Zora Neale Hurston.
Their Eyes Were Watching God.
They are. Yes, Their Eyes Were Watching God. I love that book. Toni Morrison.
That's a good one.
And then I think just the people that are like popping right now, Ava DuVernay, Issa Rae, just people that just kind of decided, I'm just gonna go do this, and then y'all will catch it. Yeah. And it's so crazy to me. It's really dope. So then like people that I know personally, my grandmother really inspires me. My dad's mom, or my dad's stepmom rather, could just make anything out of anything. Yeah. She just comes up with stuff. She used to, before she started, like not feeling so hot, she used to grow things and used to essentially like buy meat at the grocery store and then grow all her own food. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my mother like sews and makes things kind of freehand, and she's creative that way. So a lot of the women in my family and in my life are creative in their own special way. Yeah. And it's weird because we're all creative in different ways. Like I've tried to sew, I can't sew for shit. I also can't grow anything, and my mama can't sing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love him back. So, what do you want your audience in whatever medium you're creating to take away from your art, your creative endeavors? What do you want them to take away?
I think the biggest takeaway for anything that I do is I want it to be that you can create anything that you desire. If you want something because you haven't seen it, then just go make it. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. It doesn't even have to be consumable. But if there's a gap, because a lot of the stuff because creativity is a labor of love. Like,
it's a lot of hard work.
There is no reason that a person would do this if they did not feel like they had to.
Right.
But if something gives you that energy, then do it. And I think what I want to come across is that I created this because I had to, because I saw that this was missing and I loved it, and I wanted other people to experience this joy or this feeling that I have.
Okay, so picture it. I'm gonna do this again.
Okay.
Picture it. You are at a place. You're either performing, creating, writing, whatever, and you feel it. You feel it. You're in the moment. When has that happened to you? Where you just know it's an outer body experience, and it's a different level
Chills.
of create. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, has that happened to you?
Yeah.
And when did it happen?
Well, it's easy to happen when it's easy when I sing, because I have to step out of my own.
It's more of a visceral, like,
right.
You can
it's
see
just
it,
like this is happening. You can kind of see it happening. I think in every other endeavor, it just kind of feels like it's like somebody plugged you in. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, ooh, I feel energized. It usually happens when I don't expect it, because when I sit down to write, the same way. Like, okay, I have some ideas, I'm gonna jot them down really quick, and I'm gonna try to work them in and then move it around. But sometimes it just clicks, and you're just going, And the last time it happened to me, I was at the new Austin Public Library.
Downtown.
On the outdoor.
The patio. It looks bomb as fuck.
It's so nice. It's so beautiful
nice.
out there.
It's a gorgeous scene.
Yeah.
Gorgeous scene.
I mean, it was hot as all hell.
Yeah.
But
welcome to Texas.
Yes, but they have iced tea on the first floor. So you get an iced tea, you go upstairs.
And you see this gorgeous view.
And it's gorgeous.
And I see now why everyone's always there.
Yeah, it's so nice. That was the last time it happened, and I could just feel myself going. Yeah. And it's easy to find resources like, well, what do other people do? Because you're in a library.
Right.
So it was
libraries
lovely.
are our friends.
Yes.
Use
your public library.
They were like, where can I go?
On Twitter, right?
Yeah. Check out books
to
rent books and return them and not have to pay, like a Netflix setup. And someone was like, the fucking library. A library. And they had a picture of a library.
Right.
And they were like, well, I just want to do it digitally. And they were like, you can do that too.
Still the library. Yes.
Austin has an amazing library system.
So
there
good.
was some, recent stuff I won't talk about because you can Google it, but essentially they do have a dope library system, and you can always reserve rooms for free.
Yes.
So, what do you want to do next with your creative? I know you're working on the second book.
I am. I want that like body of work to be a series that are about kind of the same couple of characters in the same town. But I have this massive idea for a book that I'm probably going to start on before like the idea leaks out of my brain. Yeah. And it's completely unrelated. It's kind of one of those like woman done wrong takes it to the next level to avenge all of the people that are in the same situation she's in in a dystopian future. So it's a lot. That's going to be a lot of research because I have never written something that wasn't contemporary ever. But that's kind of the next big thing I want to do. But that's just, it's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of time. So
wait, sorry, before we end, I have to ask this question. And it's not the question I was going to ask.
Okay.
But, all right, usually. Well, y'all are here. Anyway. You as a creative, so do you compartmentalize? Like, are you able to say, okay, now is my creative time. I'm going to write right now. Or do the ideas come whenever they come?
Oh, they just show up.
And what do you do? Because a lot of people don't understand this. I'm the same way. Ideas show up and they do not knock. They do not tell you they're coming. They just show up. So how do you be a creative when you have to work? You may be out with friends. How do you still like get that side of you out when they show up and like not lose that creative idea?
Google Keep.
What?
Google Keep.
Girl, I ain't never heard of this.
It is an app/desktop tool that you can write on. Like if you have a touchscreen, you can write on it. You can make a list. You can type notes into it. You can tap the microphone and speak into it. And it stores it in a place that's similar to Drive. And then you can just move it to Drive. And I have like a bar, the bottom bar on my home screen is a keep bar. So you can tap the checkbox, you can tap the microphone, and you can just talk into it. And usually, I always have good ideas in the shower when I have like nothing to write with and also nothing on my physical body. So I have to like reach out and, tap the microphone. Oh my God. Yeah. It's like, I can't take a shower and be at peace because there's always something going on in here.
I'm always driving.
Yeah. It's just like, I can't write anything down right now.
Let me pull over.
There's a bird.
I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I use Keep.
That's good. So where can people reach you if they want to talk or chat or read?
Okay. Well,
handles and stuff.
So our podcast website is theprettywitty.com. You can always write us an email there. That's probably the easiest way to reach us because it comes directly to our email.
And when do y'all drop new episodes?
Every Monday.
Yeah, okay.
In between the morning and midday hours. So those come out every Monday. You can also find me on Twitter at So Vivacious. Put an A in Vivacious. Vivace, like the card. So Vivacious. And you can find like any of my books just by searching my first name and last name. So Jayna, Jayna. Last name is Fontenot. Yes, it is French. Fontenot. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I have this I think is the most important question I will ask this entire interview.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Okay. Tiny wigs, bitch. Top 5. Category is desserts.
Ooh, okay. I am a sucker for shit that is lemony. Okay. I love a lemon dessert.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go lemon icebox pie.
Okay. A lemon icebox pie. I heard that one. Okay.
Icebox pie. Luby's got them.
It's a Luby's.
This a Luby's right the next door. I'm gonna say lemon icebox pie, and then I'm gonna switch it and go to chocolate. I'm gonna say brownies. I'm gonna just go with your plain old brownie. Just wins every time. Sweet potato pie. Okay. I don't have to be in any particular order, do I?
No
okay,
order.
Great. And then chocolate cake, and then cookies.
So cookies, chocolate cake, sweet potato pie, brownies, lemon icebox pie. Okay.
Yes.
That's your top 5. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
having me. Being my first guest.
This is the most fun ever.
Just a little casual chat on a Saturday.
Yeah. On a nice Navy sofa.
On a nice Navy sofa.
You should make that a tag. Come to the Navy sofa,
Come
bitch.
to the Navy sofa. Instead of the red table, bitch.
Yes.
Navy sofa. Just take a picture of the sofa and put it down. Coming soon.
That's the whole logo.
We can do this all day.
Navy
we can
sofa.
do this all
really
day.
Could.
Thank you so much for coming after yoga. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Just
this is
details.
Walk right out of Black Swan.
Just show up.
Yes. 11. Be there.
I'll send you details. No details were sent. Please do that. Okay. Thank you so much. Everyone, you can listen. I have an amazing guest coming next week. I'm super excited. Thank you, Jayna. Please listen to the podcast. Please go buy the book. Support Black artists. And she'll be singing soon somewhere. I don't know, girl. But we're going to get her on the mic again. It's been a pleasure. Love and light, everyone, and have an amazing day.
I Just Want to Tell Stories is hosted by Jeaux Anderson Jr. for the Mahogany Project and produced by Cameron Hawkins for the South Kongress Podcast Network.